I'm Thomas from OSM, and in today's tutorial we're going to show you how to move your home directory into a separate hard drive to help you save space. Okay, so we're finally here. I have everything up and going here now. I started the cameras off to the side there, so you're like looking at like a side shot, but like what can you do? Load up your current OS. Right now I'm just using a virtual machine of Ubuntu, but I've done this on Manjaro. So no matter what Linux distribution you're using, this will work as well. Like there's nothing that's different, you know, it's the same lines of code, it's the same tools, it's the same everything. Okay? So what you want to do is mainly what this would be for is if you have your OS, let's say on an SSD, but you wanted to store all of your programs and everything like that on a separate drive. So basically what we're doing is we're going to move the home directory from your SSD and put it onto the drive instead. It just really helps with space saving, especially someone like me personally. I have Manjaro boot off a 60 gig SSD and that space filled up pretty quick. Even installing Steam separately onto a different drive, this way my entire home folder is on a different drive. My SSD is only literally just for the OS and any updates and stuff like that. So this is currently the drive. I'm sorry that it's quite choppy too. There's only 16 megs of graphics being brought over. This is currently where everything is installed on this partition right here. This has absolutely everything. But let's say this is 60 gigs and this is your 1 terabyte drive here. And I want to put everything on this. So format it if not already and open it up in gparted. You can do the formatting here. You can just right click and press format. And basically what we want to do is we want to allocate that. So let's no partition table find. And basically what you want to do is you want to come in here then and then just allocate as much space as you want. So for me, for example, I'm running 3 drives. I have 2 SSDs and a 1 terabyte hard drive. I have a 240 gig SSD still using Windows because there's just some stuff I need to finish up on there before I can fully move over. I have the 60 gig using Manjaro, and then I have a 1 terabyte hard drive. And currently the 1 terabyte hard drive is split right down the middle. Half of it is for Windows and half of it is for Linux. But in this use case, we're just going to use it all just to not mess with shit, because I'm sure I'm probably just a complicated fool who wants to do stuff like this. So make sure you make it as big as you want. You can see here, so the new size is going to be 10 gigs. Make sure it's primary partition, not a logical or extended. It won't even give me the option, but like on Manjaro it was. And make sure your file system is ext4. That's the file system that Linux uses out of the box. And then we're just going to call this second drive. Press add. Let's just save those changes. So it's all done here now, and here we have here, so SDB2, this is the drive that we use, and that's what we're going to have to point stuff towards, so make sure you do take note of exactly what that is. Right, so we can close out of that right now, and what I'd recommend to do, just out of good practice really, so if I go in here, second drive, if I go in here, if you go into disks and then if under the disk that you just created, under mounting options, just disable this because it doesn't actually do anything, and make sure that you have mount on system startup enabled. I'm pretty sure one of the tips, one of the command line prompts, it's going to do that automatically anyway, but it's just good practice just to have that doing that from the get-go. Okay, and now we have to jump into the terminal. Yeah, as you can see here, it's just set up in a virtual box just to show you how to do this really. I can't copy and paste between virtual machine and my proper machine. So basically what you need to do now is just take this command here from the description down below and input this into your terminal. But please do make sure that you make this your actual mount of what we just said it was. So for example, if I go back into disks, you can see yeah, dev sdb2. Make sure that the drive that you want your home folder to go onto, so mainly like for my example the 1 terabyte hard drive, is this right here. And this, we're going to need this later too, so make sure you save that somewhere. Or we can just come back to here, it doesn't really matter, but right now we're just going to press enter and it's going to ask us for our password. Enter in my password and done. That's it, ready? Next command you're going to need to do is put this in. So basically what this is going to do, this is going to move everything over to that new drive and such like that. Sorry there, don't mind me. It should be that. Yeah. And because this is just a brand new fresh install on a minimal Ubuntu. This is it everything now, but for my Manjaro it took like 10-15 minutes. So just be prepared that it might take a little bit, so just pause the video or something like that while you're waiting. The next thing you're going to want to do after that's all done is to edit your fstab config file. So to do that, just type in nano-etc-fstab. Again, it will be down in the description down below, as well as the full steps on everything here. And what it'll do is it'll open up this entirely, and that's exactly what is under sudo nano-etc-fstab. Right. Come into here then, and what you want to do is create a brand new line. So right down here, the next line that you have available, get that, and then copy and paste this then from the description down below, because it is quite long. If you are unsure on how to copy and paste in the terminal, by the way, it's Control-Shift-C and V. It doesn't allow you to do Control-C and Control-V like you normally would. It's Control and Shift. Okay, so what you want to do here is our UUID in the equals, and then we're going to need to get our UUID here that we've seen in the disks before. Here it is. And then I'm going to Control-V, and that's going to go in there. Okay, and then at the end of it then, it should look something like that. Again, the exact commands are down below. The only thing you have to change is your actual UUID number itself. That's my own unique one there. Do not copy that one. And that's really it. So what we have to do is we press the magical Control and O. So Control and O, and then just press enter. Then you see file name to write, but we don't want to rename it, so we're just going to keep it as that. You can see it down here in case you're getting confused with what I'm talking about. Just press enter, don't change anything there, and then press Control next, and that'll leave it. Okay, then what we want to do is we want to cd to dash. So we were cd to squiggle. Now we're cd to dash. Yeah, and then the next step then, if you just put that into your command. Yeah, and then the next thing that you want to do is sudo make dir/home, and then now home boundaries, as I already just done this a second ago, but just for you here. Okay, and that should be it. So now if I reboot, we should be able to see. Okay, and here we are back at the login screen, and if I go to here and if I type in my password, it should hopefully, nope. Yep, that can happen a lot of the time if I do Control-Alt-F2. Okay, it's not letting me do this last part on an actual VM, but what you want to do is you have to, there is a command, so sudo chown -or username : username/home/username. Fill in obviously username where it applies to you, but I just honestly can't show you this part right now. It won't let me get into a non-GUI version on my VirtualBox. Don't know why, but it's just not letting me. So if you do that again, there is going to be everything in the description below on exactly how to do everything, just so you will not get stuck exactly how I am right now. Anyway, thanks very much for watching OSM. I have been Thomas, your host today. There's going to be more hosts as well joining me on this, and thanks very much for watching. Do not forget to join our Reddit and our Discord down below. Peace.